So we're doing Netivot Shalom. We're starting a new book, Bamidbar in the desert. And this is page Zayin, Inyan Minyan Bnei Israel, right? The Inyan of counting the Bnei Israel. So the Parashat Bamidbar is dealing with the census, right? Counting the Bnei Israel. כמה מונה כל שבט וכמה מונה כלל ישראל כולו, right? Each tribe, the heads, the name, how many of them, right? ויש להבין, and we need to understand, how is it related to us, the counting or the amount of Bnei Israel? We know.
Gera,
Yeah.
I don't see the screen with the Netivot Shalom.
Okay, so let me. You see it now?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So how is it related to us? The numbers, right? We know and we believe שהתורה הקדושה היא תורת חיים נצחית, right? It's an infinite Torah. So what's infinite about counting the Bnei Israel? Another thing we need to understand, right? When it says, שאו את ראש כל עדת בני ישראל, like elevated and carry up the head of the congregation of Bnei Israel. Why is that instead? So it mispar. If you're counting and you're saying a number, why don't you say elevate or carry the number of the congregation? Why the head of the congregation? וכן, and also, בכל מקום נקרא מניין בני ישראל בלשון נשיאת ראש. So every time they were counting, the Torah was counting, it's using the לשון נשיאת ראש, elevating the head. As it says in Parashat Tisa, right? כי תישא את ראש בני ישראל. And we need to understand why it doesn't say כי תספור, to count. Also, we need to explain why the Levi'im were not included in this census. And the explanation, according to what he said, על פי מה דאית, he said, שיש 60 ריבו אותיות בתורה. We have 600,000 letters in the Torah. And also in כלל ישראל יש 60 ריבו נשמות, 600,000. And each letter in the Torah equivalent or parallel or symbolizing, related to nishmat Yehudi, to a soul of a Jew. And also, the Shem Havaya, right, Yud Kei Vav Kei, right, the Shem Havaya Baruch Hu Echad. It's one name, right, one of his name, Yud Kei Vav Kei. And he has 4 letters. And in this 4 letters, you can do a combination of, right, Yud Kei Vav Kei, Yud Vav, K, Hey, right, etc. We can change it. So there are 12 combinations. It's called Tserufim, Tserufei Shem Havaya. So there are 12. Also, you're getting the hint, right? 12 tribes, 12 combinations of order, putting the order of the word Yud Ke Vav Ke. Ubiyesod Avoda, in that book, in the name of the Ari HaKadosh, he said, Asher Bashem Havaya Baruch Hu, yeah, the Yud Ke Vav Ke, יש בו 60 ריבות צירופים בסוד חליפות האלף בית וגימטריה. You said you can actually get 600,000 type of combination. Okay, let's review one by one. So he said the 600,000 combination of צירופים, it's when you're changing the ordering of the aleph bet, or for example, Yud, you write Yud, Yud. Hey, you write Hey, Yud, Aleph, right? Vav, Vav, and Vav. And then Vav, 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 right? So all of this thing, which is very complex, you can get 600,000 combination, including gematria, etc. והנה 4 אותיות, we said here in these 4 letters of Yud Ke Vav Ke, we have 4 flags, right? The 12 tribes were in a formation of 3, 3, 3, 3, right? Which is 12, and each one of the 3 had 1 flag. So the Yud Ke Vav Ke is for 4 flags. And the 12 Tzirufei Shem Havaya, that's for the 12 Shvatim. And the 600,000 Tzirufim is for the 600,000 souls of Israel. And according to that, in the Klalut Israel, in the nation, the Torah is lighting us, right? And the Shem Havaya Baruch Hu, which each and every soul of a Jew, you have 1 letter in the Torah that is Meir Bishvilo, right? It's lighting for him. And his combination inside that name of Hashem, you have 1 letter over there. And also he wrote over there, B'Yesod HaAvoda, שכדי שיושלם האדם, in order for the person to be completed, צריך לכלול עצמו תמיד בכל עבודותיו עם כלל ישראל. So he needs to include himself, a person that wants to be perfect, wants to be shalom, complete. He needs to include himself in anything that he do together with the klal Israel. And by doing that, he will have the merit, he will gain the withdrawing the light from Hashem and from the Torah. וכולם מאירים, in בכלל כל ישראל, שנחשבים 60 ריבו, 600,000. And now we found that the number 60 ריבו, 600,000, it's infinite in עבודת השם. שבכל עניין בעבודת השם, in anything that we do, for שם שמיים, right, for Hashem, a Jew should include himself in the כללות ישראל. Right? That's why we mentioned it so many times that in the tefillah, we have L'Shem Yechud Gud Shabrichu, that we are uniting ourselves with Hashem, with Klal Israel, with the name Yudke, Vavke, right, in the name of all Israel, to do whatever, put tefillin, to do Daven Mincha, Daven Ma'ariv, anything that we do, we saying there is a nusach. Because Aprat, the individual from Israel, by itself, as an individual, it doesn't have perfection. It cannot be completed. Only when we are together with the 600,000, we are one. And the 600,000 letter of the Torah, they're also shleimot, they're one. And shleimut. V'shishim ribo bnei Israel em shleimut. And this is what the Torah wrote at Mispar bnei Israel to teach us, to show us that the number is getting up to 600,000. And that's a perfection in Avodat Hashem, but only having this number. However, he said, so really, nobody really know how to mechaven, how to aim, to have a kavana in that number. But the infinite Torah and the number of Bnei Israel is infinite, right? We're always in that numbers, more or less, plus, minus, usually exactly, but it varies, right? It's changing. הנוגע לעבודת השם, ששלמות העבודה, right? We're talking about men's, right? ששלמות העבודה על ידי התכללות עם ה-60 ריבו. So perfection in work, in our job with Hashem, is by having ourselves included in the 600,000. And this is the union of Nesiat Rosh. Remember, because the first question was, why the Torah doesn't say count Bnei Israel? It says elevate the head of Bnei Israel. And it says, וזהו עניין נשיאת ראש בני ישראל, which is written לגבי מניינם, according to, again, instead of counting, it says elevating the head, because בני ישראל מתרוממים ומתנסים, we have been going up and elevated to our divine levels. Only by the strength and the Klal Israel are united together when there are 600,000. And then the light of Hashem, the Yudke Vavke, will be light for them, and including the Torah. And this is the explanation of Maran Admor Baal Bet Avraham, right? Zechuto again alenu. He said that ברוב השנים, in most of the years, קוראים בתורה פרשת במדבר קודם קבלת התורה. This parasha of Bamidbar is always coming, he said, before Shavuot. Why? היות שעניינה כללות מספר בני ישראל, because it's talking about counting, right? The numbers of בני ישראל. And the כללות, and the התכללות, like they get together, the congregation. And by only getting together, הרק על ידי כללות ישראל, ניתן לקיים את כל התורה. Only by getting together, we can feel the Torah. ואילו יחיד, right, an individual, cannot do that. Because some of the mitzvot relate to Levim, some of the mitzvot to Kohanim, some of the mitzvot to Israel, some of the mitzvot only in the land of Israel, some only in Yerushalayim. But only when we're getting together, then we can actually keep the entire Torah. And therefore, prior to Kabbalat Torah, right, prior to receiving the Torah of Mount Sinai, it says, Ve'ichan Sham Israel. And Darshu Chazal, right, our sages were teaching us, what does it mean Vayichan? It should be Vayachnu, in plural. So the Darshan, right, Ke'ish echad belev echad, like one person with one heart, when they got together. And therefore, ולכן ואהבת לרעך כמוך, הוא כלל גדול בתורה. So love your friend is the big rule in the Torah, right? And therefore, we're reading in the Torah, Parashat Bamidbar, prior to Kabbalat Torah. Which the main thing of this parasha is to get together. מה שכלל ישראל מתאחד יחד, ובאו כולם בברית יחד, right? נעשה ונשמע אמרו כאחד. And this is what it says in the Midrash, Bereshit Rabbah, על הפסוק, right? When Yaakov Avinu came to the well, he says, ונאספו שמה כל העדרים וגדלו את האבן. So all the flock gather over there and they roll the stones. They said, yeah, who are the flock? Who is the Adarim? Israel. They said, if we were missing one, we couldn't roll the stone, right? We couldn't get the Torah if we were missing one, right? Because the 60 Ribon Neshamot של כלל Israel, they are against or parallel to the 60 Ribon Otiyot HaTorah. And if one is missing, then we're missing a letter in the Torah. And we all know, if you're missing something in the Torah, it's pasul, right? It's not a Sefer Torah. So we answered the question about why elevated and not counting, because we're getting up to a higher level. And Shem Hashem, the 4 letters are for the 4 Galim, 4 flags, and the 12 combination of Yud Ke Vav Ke are for the 12 tribe. 600,000 combination of Shem Hashem, 600,000 letter in the Torah, which is 600,000 souls. And now the second question is, or the third one, Ma Shalevim lo itpaktu betoch bnei Israel. Why they were not counted, right? They were not included in the counting. Because the Gedushat HaLeviim היא קדושה גבוהה יותר, it's a higher Kedusha. Because they are בבחינת החלק שבין האותיות, like they are between the letters, right? When you're looking at the klaf, at the Sefer Torah, you see black ink written on the white. The Leviim are the white, they're between the letters. There are people, Mekubalim, that they know how to read inside the letters. And these are the Leviim, which is a higher Kedusha, from the Kedusha of the Otiyot, and therefore they were not included in the counting, because they are not in the same level as the letters, and they cannot complete the letter of the Torah, because they are the parts between the letters. And according to that, Yesh Lomar Man Daita B'Zmirot Shabbat, right? So we sing, right, in Kol Mekadesh Vi, right? Yom Kadoshu Mibo Ve'atzeto, right? Kol Zera Yaakov, right? Yichabdu Kidvar HaMelech V'dato. Right, so said we're singing. We need to understand the words. It's a holy day from beginning till the end, and all the descendants of Yaakov will respect and will honor it as the king wants us to do. We're going to rest. We're going to be happy, merry, pleasure, eating and drinking. Kol adat Israel yasuto. Right, adat is the da'at, is the sechel. Everybody will be like one person. So. And the Maran Admor Bal Bet Avraham Zechor Togal, he explained that. Who is the Zera Yaakov? He says Zera Yaakov, the descendants of Yaakov, they are the simple people in the lower level, like the hill, right? Yaakov, Akev, the lower level. They will respect, they will honor the Shabbat like the king and his ruling, right? The king command, this is what they're going to do. Dvar HaMelech, this is the Torah, and Dato, this is the mitzvot. So they're honoring the Shabbat by Torah and mitzvot. But lanuach bo velismoach beta'anug achol v'shato, but to be happy, merry, and eating, drinking, have the pleasure, right? ולכבד את השבת ולעשות נחת רוח להשם יתברך, also by eating and drinking. This is something that only Adat Israel יעשו אותו. And Adat, it's the letter of Da'at, the wisdom, right? Israel, this is Otiyot, Li Rosh, which means only the one that are in a higher level, they can really honor the Shabbat by eating and drinking and elevate that to a higher level, more than just the Torah and the mitzvot. And according to that, we should say that the Perush, which means Kol Zera Yaakov, these are the individual, the people that they're respecting or honoring the Shabbat, only by what the king and his dato ask us, only by Torah and Avodah. But to a divine level, a higher level of Shabbos Kodesh, we need to have Kol Adat Israel, we need to have it together. Individual cannot do, only when we're getting together, go in a minyan, be in a congregation, be in a kehila, then we can achieve that level. Right? As I said, as our sages said, Rabotenu HaKadoshim said about Al Knesset Israel Ben Zugech, right? Each day have a mate, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, right? Shabbat has nobody. Hashem said to Shabbat, Bnei Israel will be your mate. So התכנסות יהודים יחד, זהו בן זוג של שבת קודש. So when the Jews are getting together, this is the mate of Shabbat, is the Ben Zug. And only by doing that, we can achieve the divine level. And then, this is the לנוח בו ולשמוח בתענוג אכול ושתו. כל הדת ישראל יעשו אותו, right? To achieve that level. And then we can elevate this in the Gidusha, all the pleasure that we have in Shabbat Kodesh. Especially single malt. And this is only Adat Israel. When we are getting together. And he says, and because each and every year מתחדשים מהרות של קבלת התורה, right? So we learn so many times that time is like, our life is a circle, right? Circle of life. So the same light we had in Pesach was in Pesach. Now the same light that we had in Shavuot, receiving the Torah on Mount Sinai, we're going to have it soon. So the same way that we're getting the Torah, we need also the preparation. So we have the Sfirat HaOmer, and we're reading this parasha, and we're counting Bnei Israel in the parasha, right? And then we're going to get Bezrat Hashem to the same Achdut Shel V'yichan Sham Yisrael Belev Echad Ki'ish Echad. And if it looks like now we need it even more than ever. And by this Kriya in the parasha, right, in Parashat Bamidbar, we're actually bringing that. בבחינת ובאו כולם בברית יחד, נעשה ונשמע אמרו כאחד. Right? So in order for us to achieve the נעשה ונשמע, when everybody says, okay, we will do the mitzvot, we will keep the Torah first, then we will hear the explanation. And they said it like one person. So this is our avoda in this Shabbos Kodesh, to bring that bechina. And as I said, more than ever what's going on in Israel, you really need the achdut, the unity. Thank you for listening. I hope it was not too heavy.